In our previous video, we took a riverboat from Totnes and a steam train from Dartmouth, but we couldn't spend much time in those towns, so we are continuing our tour of South Devon by revisiting them. In Totnes, Zoe becomes mayor and ends up in jail.
Lock that in like that. Ta-da, love!
And I get a haircut.
Do I look better?
In Dartmouth, we visit the castle where we see an amazing sailing boat before moving on to Slapton, which is famous for getting motorhomes stuck in its narrow streets. And since the first day of exploring Devon, we've been having some problems with Herman.
We also wake up to the fact that the tap is no longer working again.
In the previous video, we had a lack of water due to a faulty kitchen tap, but we soon discovered other problems.
Well, we've arrived at Totnes. We are currently in Longmarsh car park. It's a long stay car park, and as you can see, there is Herman just there. At the moment, we're going to just stay the day.
Yeah, we're not.
Don't know about whether or not we're staying the night, but we probably will. There's a few other motorhomes and campers in this car park.
And to stay overnight, what, it's £10, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So we've only paid £4 at the moment for the whole day, and that takes us up to 6 p.m.
Yes.
But we are going to now have a little stroll into town and see what we find. Great view from the bridge here, but you can also see down here, you see the reflection of the clouds. Looks like it's going to rain soon. Now, we've walked all the way through the high street and all the way back down.
That Zoe wanted to go to.
And we passed about 40 cafes and had to walk all the way back down because Zoe wanted to go in the very first one we saw. Right, let's go in. Well, we just had our lunch and it is now teeming it down. To find shelter, the roof above me at the moment, we thought we'll pop into the historic Guildhall. Let's go in and have a look. So we are currently in the Guildhall. Loads of history in it, and I'm not going to bore you with it because it's all on this. There's loads of it. Not the kind of thing you'd expect to find in an ancient building. Let's take a look in here. Oh, look at this. It's like the courtroom, and I thought I read somewhere that Oliver Cromwell. So this is the council chamber where the table was used by Cromwell and Fairfax. Looks like a projector up there, so they watch movies and stuff in here. What's in here then? Oh, don't touch the paint. Oh, for goodness sake.
I've ruined it.
You're on camera, look. Still very nice, isn't it?
Sorry, look at these lovely jewels. They're sceptres, aren't they?
Yes, I think you're right. The Western Garden newspaper, what was it telling us? The future of milk recording. All the different bells that they've used in the past. Go on then, do your order.
I haven't got
a gavel. Zoe is now the temporary mayor for the day. What are you doing? You're supposed to sit on there.
Why not?
I don't know. Now I've lost Zoe, but through here is the jail. She's in there. Now we could just lock that in like that. Ta-da, love! Let's undo that for her. There we are. You can come out now. Let's have a look inside, and she's going to do the same to me now. There's a man already in here. She pushes me in. I've got a visitor.
Darling, you're going to be in there all night.
Oh, sorry, love. Can you let me out? You got rats. So what are you in here for then? I was pushed.
You've done your time, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
You may come out.
Thank you. Thank you, jailer.
Oh, you still got wet coat.
Been in there years. It's still raining, so we have decided to pop in to the church. I think it's St Mary's. It's amazing. Wooden roof, quite large for a church. Now that's a big organ. Just about to get my hair cut. been a while, and last time it was just rubbish.
Yes.
So rather than going back to my normal one, I thought, yeah, why not? There's quite a few of them in Totnes, a few barbers. This is before and after. What do you think? Do I look better? A lot better job than my local barber, I must say.
What did you think of Totnes? I quite enjoyed Totnes. It's a bit quirky. There's lots of quirky shops. We walked up and down the high street though quite a few times, didn't we?
Yes. I mean, the weather hasn't been brilliant today, has it?
No.
But,
In fact, the weather stopped us from seeing the castle. We did have a look, but it was £7 to get in, and it was
It's all
raining.
outside.
It was raining, of course, and we didn't want to stand in the rain and read signs.
And now we've just had our dinner and we're just setting up for the night, aren't we?
That's
In the
right.
car
Yes,
park.
in the car park that we showed you this morning. But yeah, it is. Actually, it has stopped raining.
Yeah, it really lashed it down, didn't it,
Yeah,
earlier?
yeah. Even the ducks decided to go and get some shelter.
Right, we've just arrived at Dartmouth Park and Ride. We're going to spend the morning here because I fancy seeing the castle. We didn't see it the other day. I don't think we're going to be staying here the night. We've got a Brit stop planned for this evening near Slapton Sands. But I just want to show you this. We got not one but hundreds of stowaways, hundreds of spiders. Look at them, tiny little things. This is our second hatching, I suppose. We had someone here the other day and got rid of them all. We've been invaded by tiny spiders. Right, gonna catch the bus now down to Dartmouth. Well, it's cost us £5 to park and ride, but they've also provided us an open top bus. And over there is Herman. And Dartmouth Park and Ride is one of the places that you can stay overnight in your motorhome or car, whatever, for £10, just like we did at Longmarsh. I never get the names right. The amount of times I have to refilm the bit because I get the name wrong. Well, like I said, we've arrived in Dartmouth. Not much has changed. I mean, it's not so busy. There's also this huge boat behind us called the Tenacious sailing boat. They look impressive. Right, well, we now need to walk all the way along that coastline to the castle, and I think it's right at the end there. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh my goodness.
But
I thought you meant it was just over here. We've got to go all the way
we've
around
got to go
there.
over there, yeah, all the way over to the end, where the entrance to the River
far
Dart.
away.
Yeah, it's only like 20-minute walk.
Is it?
Yeah,
What, through all that forest?
yeah, all that forest. We've already gone wrong. We're supposed to get over there, but we've come across it's a dead end really. This is Baynard's Cove Fort, and very impressive and whatnot. It's last line of defence apparently in the old days of pirates and stuff, but we can't continue. Well, you start the tour of the castle in the battery. This is where all the cannons are, as you can see. They've several of them actually. You see all the cannons have round shot, as they're called, cannonballs. But this one has been altered to accept shells. So it's got rifling all the way down the middle of it. And rather than using cannonballs, it uses bullet-like bullets. And now they're going about to fire the cannon, but of course I think they need to open this door here so the bullet can go through. The church and the gun tower next. St Petrock's Church has been around since the 12th century, but very little is known of its origins. We didn't spend too long here, just enough to say we've been there.
Just in case you want to know what date it is today, 24th of May, Adam's Day.
Onto the gun tower, and the rain had stopped for a moment, so rather than look through the exhibits, we went straight to the top. And it's a good job we did, because the Tenacious had set sail and was heading out to sea.
Well, during our walk to the castle, it chucked it down, but now look at it. Not too sure if that's more coming in though. And you can see Dartmouth and Kingswear. And that yacht, that sailing yacht that we saw earlier, is unanchored and is coming down the River Dart.
The SV Tenacious was built by the Jubilee Sailing Trust and was launched in 2000. It is for people of any age with disabilities, and you can book working cruises on it.
Right, so we are now at the top of the tower, which is how we got to see that huge yacht. But it's starting to rain again, so we're going to go back inside. It's my new look. What do you think? Evening. Now this is a pikeman's pot. It's quite comfortable but very heavy. So from what I can read from this plaque here, what happened here, these cannons, these little guns, will be aiming out of these windows. Now you can see probably a metre or a bit higher are all these other windows where you'd have all the other guns pointing out. The rock face here actually shows you the level of the floor. So that's one level, that's another level. Imagine getting in there, getting in there, loading your gun up and then firing it in the dark, because of course you couldn't use light because light was provided by flame. That is such a cramped space. You get 3 guns in there, 4 at the next level. Okay, some important information for you. This is the car park to the castle. It's not very big and the road coming up to it was very narrow. However, someone has managed to park their motorhome here. It's covering 2 spaces though. So I recommend doing the park and ride like we did. Now Dartmouth Castle was primarily built to protect Dartmouth from invasion, like from the French. Now you saw the cannons and the guns and whatever, but another defence was a chain. Went from here, this side, all the way over to the other side. You can see that tower over there, that's where it would have been. And yeah, a huge giant chain that when they saw the ships coming in, they would just pull it, and the idea that it would stop the boats. No idea though, didn't read anything which said that it was successful or not. So we're back on the bus, going back to Herman now.
Yes.
And I think we're the only ones on this bus.
Yes.
Look.
Especially laid out for us, do you think?
Yeah, our own bus. Right, we've arrived at our Brit stop. The car park we've been told to park in is not that level. As you can see, we're right at the top of our chocks. Now let's go and have a look at the farm shop. Get some beer as well, I think.
Most, if not all, the products in the farm shop were made in South Devon, including this chili jam. They also have a butcher and a delicatessen, but the main reason why I wanted to stay there was because they had a brewery. It was just too tempting to fill our shopping basket with lots of naughty food, so instead we went for a cycle ride across Slapton Sands. The seaside of the road was impossible to cycle on due to it being made of pebbles, but the other side, with the lake, called Slapton Lee, has a sandy path running through it, which was better but still difficult in places.
As you can see, I'm wearing the garb for a cycle ride. We've cycled along Slapton Lee and we've ended up at Slapton. It is a quaint little village with extremely narrow roads, and there's large signs coming into the town that says no motorhomes, no large vehicles, all that kind of thing. And believe you me, you don't want to be driving here in a big vehicle. But it is so pretty. I recognise this corner. This is where a huge Carthago got stuck in last year's motorhome news. You don't want to be going down that little road there, do you? Nice high walls here.
Slapton is well worth a visit if you can get there. Don't drive anything large in the car though. There's not much there. There's a couple of pubs and a church, but it is very pretty. The residents do appear to look after their compact village.
On a little side street there is the Tower Inn. So cool because looming above it is this huge tower. It's in a bit of a ruin because you can see that huge crack going down the side there in the middle. And these towers, I think there was probably 4 of them, but now there's only 1.
Now, do you remember me mentioning a few problems that we had with Herman while touring Devon? Well, this is when we discovered our door wouldn't close.
Found ourselves in the bar here, the bar of the brewery, and the brewery is just over there. It's like 9:15, and we're having a naughty pint. We've just been going through a nightmare with Herman. And so these are well deserved, I think. We're just putting the cover on, you know, the silver screen. And we couldn't open the door. That's the passenger door. And the lock was all jammed up inside. We couldn't open it. Anyway, I forced it open. Then I had to take the cover, take the inside cover off to get access to all the mechanism. Take it apart. Re-grease it, tighten it back up again, and then it was just a faff, wasn't it?
And
so
dropping the spring.
It wasn't. It's. I think it's a temporary fix. I've fixed it twice already.
Long time ago.
But now it's starting to play up again. I don't know what we're going to do about that. But yeah, we're going to have to deal with that another time. But it's such. It didn't take so long to put back than it did to take all apart, did it?
No.
So this is a well-deserved pint, I think. Tired and fed up. Oh, there's some swearing, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of swearing.
Having a go at Zoe.
I wasn't meaning to.
I know.
We haven't even discussed what we're doing tomorrow.
No.
We have no idea at the moment. Heading a bit more further around the coast to Bigbury, I think. A few people have suggested Bigbury. Yeah, Bigbury. Bigbury, whatever, beach. Right, I'm gonna have to drink these because they're closing pretty soon. So try and get another one in, if I'm allowed. Right, see you in the morning.